Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you on this beautiful day. I am super pumped to get into the pair of kicks that we're going to look at. If you're familiar with the channel, then maybe you saw my top 5 sneaker pickups of 2022 video, which included the Bodega 9060. Once again, this is a 9060 collab, and I am just really feeling this pair of kicks. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these bricks and wood 9060s. Alright, so on most New Balance releases that I review on the channel, even the protection pack and that sort of thing, the box is about as boring as it can be. I think my favorite box up until this one was the Bodega 9060, which I have here handy. This was the Bodega 9060, and the packaging was really dope on these. I want to compare these shoes to the new pair as well, but I thought this packaging was really knocked out of the park. And once again, I am really digging this design. It feels high-end, it looks really nice. When I first saw these, I thought that these were hearts. However, it's actually bricks to go along with the name of that collab, Bricks and Wood. And you have more of that on the top surrounding this green 9060. The colors kind of match the shoe with the exception of the bricks. There's really no red on there that I saw, but the cream and this green really goes along with the shoe. I also really like this emblem. It looks like a house, just the outline of a house, and I think that's really neat. It's really minimalistic, but it's very recognizable. And we'll also see this on the shoe, but I really think that's cool. On the side here, it says by Bricks and Wood in collaboration with New Balance. And then here's a look at the tag, New Balance Bricks and Wood 9060. I go true to size on 9060s, which is a size 10. The colors are beige and gray. I think retail on these was either 160 or 170, but either way, I think it's a reasonable price for the kind of quality that we got. Cracking open the box, we've also got some of that New Balance and Bricks and Wood branding underneath the lid. We've got 2 spare pairs of laces. It came with some like fuzzy, furry looking laces in the shoe. So we got some more standard laces. One looks like it's sail, one looks like it's sail with little hits of reflective going through it. And much like the Bodega 9060 collaboration, the paper has dual branding on it, both New Balance and Bricks and Wood. The packaging is really cool. I really like it, but once again, it's got nothing on these beautiful shoes. When I saw pictures, I wasn't sure how I felt about those fuzzy kind of laces, but whenever I see it in person, it actually looks really neat. And another thing I didn't realize is the base of the shoe is covered by this kind of netting that you see all over it, and it doesn't feel plasticky or anything, but it has crazy reflective on it. Like right now, looking at it on some sides, I'm seeing like rainbows of colors just shining off of it from the sun. So I don't know if the light will catch it right for you all to see that reflective, but if it hits the right way, these things just glow like crazy, and it's a really nice pop on these. I love the color scheme. I love all these beiges and grays, and also just the subtle little hits of the green along with the really light blue that we get there in the sock liner. They were calling this collection Nothing Changed But the Address, and what I read about it, it kind of makes it look like wherever you go, you've kind of got this sense of home. You're the same person, you've got the same confidence, the same mentality, you know, the same quality, that kind of stuff. It's just nothing changed but the address. I feel like you can see the inspiration in these shoes, both with the colors and just the quality of it. But I feel like little hits like this green on the bottom, like that kind of reminds me of home, you know, reminds me of the lawn. Like I'm a big fan of my nice green lawn. And then up at the top where we have that light blue, it just reminds me of like the nice blue sky here that we get here in West Virginia. And then the color scheme reminds me of like concrete and, you know, the actual house. Whenever I ordered these, I did not expect to like them as much as what I like my Bodega 9060s. But if I'm being honest, these are right up there. I don't know that I like them better, but I think I like them as much. And those Bodega 9060s were one of my favorite pairs of 2022. I knew I'd like these, but seeing them in hand, they are absolutely beautiful. And I don't have anything else that looks anything like these. And real quick, before I get deep into the review of the Bricks and Wood 9060s, this is the Bodega 9060. I love these colors, I love the materials, and I think this is just a really, really dope pair. It's still one of my favorite pickups of 2022, and I just love the style. I love everything about these. These are a 10 out of 10 in my book. Both of these shoes have really, really premium quality. The main difference to me is just the color palette that they used. This almost reminds me of like a Yeezy analog or Yeezy static kind of color scheme, just because it's way more monochromatic, even with the mesh underlays being gray and the little hits of green. The majority of the upper is just kind of this beige or concrete color, and I really, really like that. I think it'll be great, especially for the summertime. I think this shoe will just be fire on feet. This has a lot more rich colors. You can see that real rich blue. It's got some purple, some brown. There's a lot more color to it. I don't know if I could pick a favorite between the two. I just think that they're both unique enough that I'm going to hang on to both pairs. They're both in my size, and I plan on rocking both of them. I don't plan on parting with any of them anytime soon. The similarities that they share are just obviously it's the same silhouette, the same chunky midsole, the same upper, but the materials on both are just as good as it gets, and I love how unique the style on both of them are, but they definitely both will serve a different purpose within my wardrobe. Let me know which pair you prefer, whether it's the Bricks and Wood and kind of more of this beige and cream color scheme, or whether you prefer the Bodega 9060 with more blues, browns, purples, that sort of thing. Either one is a great choice, and if you have a chance to buy either of these for retail, I would really, really recommend these shoes very highly, because the quality is insane and they really just have a premium look and feel to them. Now that we got the little side-by-side out of the way, like I mentioned before, they came with two spare sets of laces. One is just a flat kind of sail color, and the other one is flat and it's got little hits of reflective. But they're all kind of like that sail cream color scheme. I really like these laces though. I think it's really unique. It adds a lot of personality, and I'm a huge fan of different texture, and this adds a whole other level of texture to this pair of kicks. But getting into the review, here a look at the outsole shows that we've got this nice cream color for the rubber on the outsole, and once again we have little diamonds of color like we typically see on 9060s. On this pair, it's all this nice green. It's a little bit lighter than a pine green. It's almost like a John Deere green, but I think it looks really neat. It's definitely a very unique looking outsole, and even that is a cool angle of the shoe. But it's got these pods of hard rubber where it meets the ground, and then in between that you can see this dense cream foam, and in the midfoot you see some New Balance branding there. And then as we come up the side of the shoe, I've commented before and I've seen subscribers comment too, these little pods that come out here, almost like the outriggers on like air trainers or something like that, and they're just real bulky and clunky looking. It really does remind me of Yeezy 500s. And on those shoes, it's more of just a rounded shape that comes out, but it really gives me that same feel. Kind of a little bit like 11s or 13s does as well, just kind of the shape of them. Whenever you're looking down, you can see it kind of protruding out from the upper, and I really like the look of it from every angle. I think it's pretty cool. It's exaggerated. I know a lot of people might not be into that detail, but I think that's a really neat touch on these 9060s. On the outer half of the shoe, you get these nice hits of bright green. And then on the inside of the shoe, you can see some absorb labeling there, and it's just more of like a monotone cream color. I think we've got a combination of both cream nubuck and cream hairy suede, and you can see that it kind of just overlaps on the whole upper, and I really love the look of that. I like how our N is more of that same monochromatic suede, but behind that you've got this kind of border in a 3M material, and that really glows much like all this netting that's over top of the mesh for the base of the shoe. On the outer half of the shoe, the N is more bold, where on the inside of the shoe we get the N just from stitching that goes across. It's a bunch of lines, but basically it forms that N, and that's just from white stitching, but it's a neat touch. On the intro, I pointed out that on the box it had this little emblem and it looked like the outline of a house. Well, we also get that up here by the heel in this nice hairy suede. We've just got some white embroidery, and it gives us that same outline of a house. I'm guessing that's an emblem for bricks and wood, but I can't confirm that for sure. One thing about the shoe that I didn't notice the first time I looked at it, if you lift up these two flaps here, it's actually got some verbiage underneath, and it looks like it says "Buy Bricks and Wood in collaboration with New Balance." And I think that is such a cool little detail. I like how it's kind of tucked away and you don't even notice it at first. And even the letters are in a nice light gray color that isn't really abrasive or anything. It doesn't jump out at you. But I think that little detail looks very high end and it's very well done. I love the way that it's hidden by these kind of premium suede flaps that fold down over top of it. I think that's such a cool touch. The base of the shoe is a really breathable mesh, and then over top of that you kind of have this netting that I really thought would feel plasticky, but it feels just like a regular cloth or whatever, but it's got all that really nice bright 3M detail on it. Everywhere that you see this netting, it's got a lot of 3M on it, and when the light catches it just right, it glows like crazy. It's insane, but I really like that. At the base of the tongue, we get a little hit of beige suede with a white embroidered N on there. As mentioned, it comes with these furry white laces, and I'm really feeling that extra texture. The base of the tongue is the same as the base of the shoe. Like, it's just this mesh with this kind of netting over top of it with that 3M effect. And then at the top of the tongue, we have more of that premium suede in that cream color, along with some 9060 branding there in gray. As we get to the sock liner, we see that it's two different shades of blue. On the sides, it's like a sky blue, and then for the back of the tongue and at the heel, it's more like a baby blue. But I really love those colors, and I like that little pop, because even when you're looking at the shoe from the side, you can see a little bit of that color from the collar. On our insole, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it's like a green color, much like the green here on the midsole, and we have that same little house emblem like we have on the heel and on the outside of the box. But this green, once again, reminds me of like a lawn or something like that. Very comforting. But that was a pretty quick look at these. The quality is as good as it gets. The style, to me, I am just loving it right now. It's so different. It feels new. It feels fresh. And I feel like there's been this void since Yeezy left the game. And for me, New Balance is helping to kind of fill that void. Like, I'm not missing him as much as what I would be because this feels new. This doesn't feel like everything else that I already have. It's not just a Dunk, it's not just a Jordan 1, and those are great on their own. However, sometimes you like something that's a little bit different and something that feels brand new, and for me, these 90-60 collabs are definitely scratching that itch. But let me know what you all think of these, and if you grabbed a pair or not. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.